Pediatricians prescribe 5 milliliters for every 25 pounds. So we can make a ratio right there. 5 milliliters for 25 pounds. So how many milliliters? We don't know the top of our the next part of the proportion, but we do know the pounds are 45. That's why labeling your units are important. That way you know where x is supposed to go. It's supposed to go in the same part of the fraction as milliliters in the first fraction. And so here's where we can solve by cross multiplying and dividing. We can multiply 5 times 45 makes 225, and set that equal to 25 times x. And then we want to get x by itself, so divide 25 from both sides. So x is going to be 225 divided by 25. That makes 9. So 9 milliliters. Yeah, so with all these problems, set up a first fraction, label it so you know where to plug everything in with your second fraction. A new energy drink advertises 106 calories for 8 ounces. By the way, you could have got this one right if you had pounds over milliliters, if you switch both of them. Okay. How many calories are in a 12-ounce drink? So 12 ounces goes down here, and we don't know the X amount of calories up here. So that's our proportion. Solve it by cross multiplying. So we're going to do 106 times 12, 1,272. And that should equal 8 times x. So we can divide 8 from both sides. So x is 159. 159 calories in a 12-ounce drink. Yeah, and that makes sense because it should be more than the calories in the 8-ounce drink. Janice is traveling to Canada and will charge $250, change $250 into Canadian dollars. Right now, it's $1 US, so I'm going to make this fraction first, because that's my conversion. Actually, let's make one USD for 1.01 Canadian. I don't know what they say for the abbreviation of Canadian. Right now it's way different than that. This textbook must have been written during the recession or something. So how many Canadian dollars will she get for a trip? They have 250 US dollars, and there's X amount of Canadian dollars. Okay, so you have to have one complete fraction, one where you have all the numbers, where you know all the numbers, and then you can compare it to a fraction where you're missing one of the numbers. So Canadian dollars is what I'm trying to solve for, so that goes on bottom. So we cross multiply. 1 times x makes 1x. Cross multiply here. I'm going to do 1.01 times 250. That makes 252.5. So 1x, that's our answer, right? About $252.50 in Canadian, according to this exchange rate, but it's way different now. Jesse's car gets 30 miles per gallon of gas. So if Las Vegas, so here, we can make a ratio right there. 30 miles per 1 gallon. And so we want to find out what happens when we have 285 miles. So that goes up top. How many gallons? That's x. That goes in the bottom. That's something we don't know. So we'll cross multiply. 30 times x makes 30x. And then 1 times 285. Just got to divide 30 from both sides. Makes 9.5. So 9.5 gallons for the 285 miles. And then they have a follow-up question. If gas is $3.09 per gallon, then our cost for this trip is $3.09 times each gallon of gas. So it makes $29.36 if we round to the nearest cent.